Oh, yeah. My dad.
Call this meeting to order. Piqua City Special Commission meeting, Monday, September 9th, 2024 at 5 p.m. We will begin by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very good. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Commissioner Vetter,
Here.
Commissioner Simmons,
Here.
Mayor Lee,
Here.
Commissioner Homan,
Present.
Commissioner DeBras.
Here.
All right. I need a motion to approve the business agenda.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Next on the agenda is the consent agenda.
Approval of the minutes from the September 3rd, 2024 Piqua City Regular Commission meeting.
Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes. Second.
The minutes of the consent agenda have been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. Next on to old business. Ordinance number O-15-24, a second reading.
An ordinance to make appropriations for the city of Piqua, Ohio for the year 2024.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This is the second reading for this ordinance, which adjusts some of the appropriations, and there have not been any changes since the last reading. And I'll take questions if you have any.
My only question is just, are you good with the continued 3 reading, or is there any urgency to get this passed earlier?
No, this one's fine. And if you're referring to the second one on the debt, that's still the same case with that one as well.
Okay.
Any other questions from commissioners? Even though it's a special meeting, there is questions allowed from citizens. I received no comment cards, but anybody in the audience is welcome to make a comment. All right, Paul, thanks. All right, I will entertain a motion then. Oh, it's a second reading, I'm sorry. We will call this a second reading and move on. Next on our agenda is ordinance number O-16-24, a second reading.
An ordinance authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $5,800,000 of notes in anticipation of the issuance of bonds for the purpose of paying the cost of construction, acquisition, and equipping of park improvements, facilities, and all appurtenances relating thereto, refunding outstanding notes issued in anticipation of such bonds, and paying the related cost of insurance thereof, and declaring an emergency.
That was a mouthful. Wow.
Mayor and Commissioners, this is the second reading on this ordinance to reissue the note, and there have not been any changes since the last reading.
Any comments from commissioners? Any comments from citizens? No comment cards were issued. We will leave this as a second reading.
And when will the third reading occur?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
On to new business, resolution number R-111-24.
A resolution approving the tax rates for the city as determined by the Miami County Budget Commission.
Mayor and Commissioners, you'll remember back in July, the commission passed the resolution to certify our tax budget to the county auditor, and that information went to the county auditor, and the Budget Commission reviewed that along with all the other subdivisions in the county, and they certified our tax rates for 2025 and sent this document back to us. And if the commission accepts those, then they'll be certified, and we'll send this back to the county auditor to make our tax rates official for 2025. And this is a resolution that we bring every year at this time.
Any questions from commission?
Is there any substantive change in the tax rate, or is this kind of just the same tax rate that everybody would have experienced last year?
Yes, it's the same tax rate. If you go back to the one that was passed on the conservancy rate was 0.15. This says 1.13. But that adjustment was made after the commission approved that. So the process is that once this information is sent to the county auditor, they will look, later in the fall, they will look at the conservancy districts. For each entity that participates in that, they'll look at our balances, and then they may adjust that rate or they may not. So that was the only adjustment last year after it was passed, was a 0.02%.
But it went down a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay.
Right.
Great.
Good thing, yep.
Any questions?
Any
from
question from the public?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
You can come up to the mic if you want. We were talking about resolution R-111-24.
Are those tax rates, I know I discussed it last time, but are those tax rates are not coming on to the public to go into the general fund
Let him,
to be put towards
let
Lot
Gary answer
9?
that one.
I'm sorry, what? Couldn't hear that.
Those taxes that's being put on us, that's going into the general fund,
Yes, these are the property tax rates.
right? But the Lot 9 funds are being pulled from the general fund, aren't they?
That's a different resolution that we just talked about that. That was
Yeah.
1624.
This resolution's not come up before, so you said something about making a comment on it before, but you wouldn't have. This is a different
Okay.
one.
Yep, sorry. Thank you.
I need a motion from,
Mayor, I move that we adopt resolution R-111-24.
Second?
moved and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And looking,
Mayor, I
And our
move
agenda.
that we adjourn.
there's no public comment because it is a special meeting, and there are no comments from commissioners or the city manager.
Oh, can I make one quick comment?
Real quick comment, yes.
Real quick comment,
Yes.
because I didn't get to the other day. Gotta give, yeah, I know, that's what I get for missing staff meetings. Anyway, I just want to give a shout out to the folks over at Stonebridge Church. They had their annual rummage sale the last 2 weekends. They raised $3,700, and that money goes for their food distribution program once a month. We have people come in, it's kind of like a big old conga line with cars. And they come in, and some months we get just one box per, sometimes we get 2 boxes per car coming through. But it's always like 120, 130 boxes of food. So it's a lot of good that they do for the community. So
All right.
Big shout out to them.
Well, thank you for letting us know that.
Yeah.
And letting the community know that.
This weekend is their food distribution, so if anybody out on YouTube's watching, Saturday mornings, come drive in.
All right. I'll entertain a motion.
I made the motion.
Motion, is there a second to motion to adjourn?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
And others have to sign that.
Yeah, and the rest of you guys have to sign.
What are we signing here?
The thing that